Star Wars' next TV show will be everything Rogue One fans have always dreamed of. The massive success of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and its fresh introduction of brand new characters is what made Andor, renowned as Star Wars' best TV show, possible, and Andor is about to repay the favor to this fan-favorite movie. Rogue One is one of the boldest projects Disney's Star Wars has ever made, as it was the first standalone movie in the franchise, and their bet paid off. Rogue One has since become a true fan favorite, praised for its boots-on-the-ground approach to the Rebel Alliance's most critical heist. For the first time, audiences were truly enamored with a story that didn't feature any Skywalkers in leading roles. Rogue One barely even featured lightsabers, aside from Darth Vader's in his epic hallway scene, and also contained a very limited use of the Force. This movie was Star Wars' first to truly put its trust in every-person heroes, and its collective success is what has since led to other non-Jedi-focused stories. Its most direct offshoot, of course, is Andor, named after Rogue One hero Cassian Andor. But the best from this successful TV show is still to come. Andor Season 1 proved itself the perfect Rogue One prequel. Andor is incredible enough that it stands on its own, but because it derives so closely from Rogue One, comparisons between the two are inevitable. Andor, of course, passes the test as a Rogue One prequel with flying colors. Though many viewers were initially apprehensive about the idea of an origin story for a character whose fate has already been sealed, Cassian's story in Andor Season 1 proves that it's certainly worth exploring. While the show and its title may focus on Cassian, perhaps its best quality is that it also develops many other characters too. Saw Gerrera, first seen in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, appears in Andor Season 1 as a key rebellion figure. This is also the case for Mon Mothma, an iconic original Star Wars trilogy character who has since gone on to play key roles in Rogue One and the animated Star Wars Rebels series. These characters and more all being developed and having integral parts to play in the grand scheme of things proves that Andor Season 1 is the perfect Rogue One prequel, as it shows why these characters were willing to do what they did. Andor Season 2 is leading directly into Rogue One. Now, however, Andor is stepping things up even more with Season 2. While Season 1 remained mainly its own entity by setting the scene for the formal creation of the Rebel Alliance, Andor Season 2 is confirmed to be leading directly into the events of Rogue One, completely bridging the gap between the two beloved Star Wars projects. The season will consist of 4 different 3-episode arcs that all take place another year into Cassian's life, taking audiences from where Cassian leaves off in Andor Season 1 to the moment he travels to the Ring of Kufrin in Rogue One. Andor's showrunner, Tony Gilroy, also wrote on Rogue One, which helps the two to feel even more uniquely and consistently connected. This close connection to Rogue One will only further seal Andor's status as a perfect prequel to the Star Wars movie, particularly with everything that this upcoming season is expected to cover. As seen in Star Wars Rebels, Mon Mothma will, at some point in this time period, publicly denounce the Emperor and flee Coruscant, where she can assist in formally uniting the Rebel Alliance. Cassian is now expected to be a part of this. The origin of Cassian and K2SO's friendship is also expected to be explored, which will certainly set the scene for their relationship in Rogue One. We even know Orson Krennic is returning. What truly tops it all off, however, is the return of Ben Mendelsohn's director Orson Krennic. The main villain of Rogue One, Krennic has since become a fan-favorite antagonist, and despite having something of an origin story in James Luceno's novel Catalyst, Krennic will receive even more exposition that will enhance his Rogue One story in Andor Season 2. Krennic's role in this particular story could even give him and Cassian some new history that explains why Cassian truly didn't hesitate to take the shot that saved Jyn Erso in Rogue One's ending. What the return of Krennic really proves is that Andor Season 2 will be making crucial connections to its original source material, enhancing Rogue One even more for those who already love it, or perhaps convincing those who didn't to give it a second chance. Everything viewers think they know about Rogue One now could be different after this season, and that's what a good prequel is meant to do. Andor is serving Rogue One perfectly, and Season 2 is only going to further prove that sentiment.